Hello and welcome back, Rock here, and welcome to the first installment of the CTM Survival Guide, a series dedicated to helping you learn tips and tricks in order to improve your CTM playing. Now, the first topic for, the topic for today's first episode is tools and weapon damages. Now, we all know that, iron swords do more than wooden swords, and diamond swords do more than iron swords, but where do the tools come into play in all of this? How much damage does a golden shovel do versus a diamond axe versus a gold pick? Well, that's what today we will be covering, going over a bit of the weapons and tools damage. Now, first thing we want to start out with is each of these damages, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 7, are all in damage values. Each of these correspond to half a heart. So this is a half a heart of damage, this is 1 heart of damage, 1.5, 2, etc., etc. Now, first we're going to go over the basic weapons and how much damage they do, and then we'll go into the different tools and such. So start off, your basic fist attack does one damage, a half a heart of damage. Now, usually you want to avoid using hand damage because it is the least damaging type. Now, as soon as you start getting a real sword, a wooden sword automatically quadruples your damage base from your hand. So, wooden sword is your lowest tier, along with the golden sword. Some people might not know this, but the wooden sword and the golden sword both do the same amount of damage, with the exception of gold is usually worse than everything in durability wise. So up from that, we come to the stone sword, iron sword, and the diamond sword. Now, the only difference between all of them is that they only deal 1 damage more per tier increase. So enchantments aside, this is what you want to do. Once you start getting enchantments that get sharpness and fire aspect and stuff, then it becomes a little bit, the tier-wise doesn't necessarily matter as much. So, an iron sword with sharpness 3 is going to be doing roughly more damage than diamond sword. So, once we have that in mind, then it comes into how much damage do tools do. Now, the thing to keep in mind with this is that a axe will do 1 damage less than a sword, the pickaxe will do 1 damage less than an axe, and the shovel will do 1 damage less than a pickaxe. So, if you're without a sword, the tool order that you would want to go into is axe, then pickaxe, and then shovel. So, just going through, we'll do a quick overview of all the different items and then their damage values. So, first starting off with, as 1 damage is your hand, a wooden shovel, and a golden shovel. So, if you were stuck with any other tool other than a wooden shovel and a golden shovel, those are the tools you would rather use for combat. A step up at 2 damage, we have the wooden pickaxe, the gold pickaxe, and the stone shovel. Up at 3 damage, we have the wooden axe, gold axe, stone pickaxe, and iron shovel. Up at 4 damage, the wooden sword, the golden sword, the stone axe, the iron pickaxe, and the diamond shovel. Up at 5 damage, we have the stone sword, iron axe, diamond pickaxe. 6, we have the iron sword and the diamond pickaxe. And then lastly, at 7 damage, or say 3.5 hearts, right? Yeah, 3.5 hearts, is the diamond sword. So with that, you should get a much better idea of tools versus weapons damage and what you should be using if you are without an axe. So with that, we will call that an episode for today. The intention of the series is to do short little episodes explaining different topics and answering questions regarding those. So that is weapons and tools damage. If you have any questions or comments that you would like to make, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. If there's any specific topics that you would like to have covered in the CTM Survival Guide, also feel free to leave those questions down below. And Mostly this series will be driven off of your questions and then other little topics that I can think of. So the more questions you guys ask, the longer the series will be, and the more you guys will get to learn. So don't feel hesitant to leave questions. No question is too new or too newbie. So leave them away. As always, this is Rock, and I'll catch you guys next time.